Greetings from San Francisco. My name is Ellen Clark-King and I'm the Vice Dean and Canon for Social Justice at Grace Cathedral. I'm very grateful to Andrew for inviting me to add my voice to this series. Southwark Cathedral is currently the closest I have to a home church back in England, as it's where my sister-in-law worships and my brother too, though less regularly. Here in San Francisco, my home for the last 3 years, we've been on lockdown since March the 16th, one of the earliest in the States, and showing good signs of flattening the curve. Unlike Southwark, we're still allowed to use our church buildings, but only to live stream services from them with no congregation and a maximum of 10 socially distanced participants. It's a bizarre new skill to learn how to preach from a pulpit into a camera set above endless empty pews. Like cathedral communities everywhere, we're trying to live into our calling in many new ways. We want to continue to be a place of prayer for all people, even if that now means gathering on Zoom or Facebook. We want to continue to be a place that works to heal the world. So we're currently advocating for rent and mortgage relief for low-income families, whose finances are even worse since COVID-19 came in. We want to still offer beautiful worship, and so are experimenting each week to see what works best online. And what keeps us going through all this? Maybe some of the very same things that keep you all going. It's partly the community that we still feel part of even while we're at a physical distance. We're blessed to have a great staff working together through this. We're blessed to have wonderful trustees and congregation who are supporting us as well as one another. We have an old-fashioned phone tree going to keep people in touch, as well as setting up small online groups so that we can deepen relationships as well as keep relationships. And partly what keeps us going is the way that we're still encountering God, even when we can't be together in worship or share the sacrament together. This Easter especially, we're finding the presence of the risen Christ in the everyday encounters of our restricted lives. And I invite you to do the same. Encounter the risen Christ as you take your daily walk, or even as you gaze out your window. In anything you see that speaks of new life, new growth and hope, the risen Christ is present. A child skipping, a flower budding. In anything you see that speaks of continuity, of life that lasts beyond human years, the risen Christ is present. An old twisted tree, one bright star. In anything you see that speaks of beauty and celebration, the risen Christ is present. Shared laughter, a glorious sunset. As Gerard Manley Hopkins wrote, the world is charged with the grandeur of God. It will flame out like shining from shook foil. Open your eyes to see those flames of divine promise and presence. And one last message to all of you beloved siblings in Southwark. Be gentle with yourselves in these hard times. Don't beat yourself up for another night watching comfort TV rather than scrubbing the bathroom or learning a new language. Don't believe your worth is any less because your job is currently furloughed. And if you're still able to work, don't work 12 hours a day just because your home is now also your office. Our value doesn't rest on our productivity, just on being God's beloved children. Blessings and love to you all from San Francisco. I hope I'm able to visit you again in person before too long. Stay well, encourage one another, and know that we are all in this together across the globe.